Breaking news threatening to overturn gaming as we know it. Let's go to Dan Trout on location, see what's going on. Dan, what do you see in the field?
Well, Daniel, I'm coming to you live from this snowy wooded glen because this is as close as we dare get. First, we thought it was just a rupture in the fabric of space and time, you know, just one of those run-of-the-mill things, but this changes absolutely everything. The authorities are calling it cartomancy, but some of the scientists that I've spoken to think this is the end of gaming as we know it. It is a role-playing game that uses absolutely no dice.
Wait. You're not telling me that it's using the forbidden power of playing cards, are you?
I'm afraid that is indeed the case. There are playing cards here everywhere, and they don't just replace the dice. They're used to create entire worlds and create obstacles. And the entire game is built around playing cards, straights, flushes, hand management, trumps. It is clear that, according to the scientists that I've spoken to, that this is a role-playing game from another world.
When will this be stopped?
Well, you see, that's just it. It seems that cartomancy is under a Creative Commons license, and so it's mutating even as we speak. There are folks that are using it for wargaming. There are folks that are using it for almost like solitaire-based scenarios. And the scientists don't think it can be stopped at this point.
History will be split into pre-cartomancy and post-cartomancy. Dan, have we been able to find out what mad scientist from another world created this abomination?
We're not really sure on that. It's still too early to tell, but I have spoken to the scientists, and they have got us a copy of the cartomancy game right here. And according to the cover here, it says, hey, it says it was created by Daniel Warmke. Isn't that you?
Wait, in another world I make sweet role-playing games? I'm out.
Guys, so what do you want to, hey, he quit. Can I have his job?
Hi, I'm Daniel Warmke, the one that does make role-playing games, the one that comes from this universe. I know that there's a lot of card-based games that have come before, and I realize that it is probable that they will not start renumbering years based on when this game is released, but I do think that this is something different and something interesting that it is worthwhile for you to take a look at. With Cartomancy, what we wanted to do is go back to the roots of gaming as much as we could. We wanted to figure out what makes a session of a role-playing game fun, and then rebuild it with a whole different concept. And we use playing cards to push us out of that envelope of what we did know with polyhedral dice. And it creates something very different. We wanted it to be a game that was fun in a way that poker's fun and board games are fun. And then we wanted it to not restrain you from creating whatever fantasy you wanted to run on top of that. Cards are simple. Cards are great. When you've got a hand of cards in front of you, it's absolutely unlike when you roll a die. Every time you play a card, you're making a sacrifice. That card never comes back to you. When you roll a die, it just happens. You don't make a decision in that. Another thing that we were looking for is we wanted it to be a universal game, but universal is really kind of a bad word nowadays. I've got stacks and stacks of universal game supplements, and that's great, except no matter how high the stack of books gets, it's never going to have the exact detail that I need in order to be able to tell a game in a setting that I think of on the spur of the moment. We wanted to go the opposite direction. Instead of focusing on the details, we wanted to paint the whole world with broad brushes. We wanted to create a simple system that you can represent absolutely anything with the same basic rules. So we might create an obstacle and call it a goblin one day, but we can call it a robot the next. We wanted Cartomancy to unhinder you to tell the stories that you want, while you're having fun playing a game. We wanted something that was so simple that it is almost easier to homebrew a setting from scratch than it is to set up an adventure in a lot of mainstream role-playing titles. If you don't believe that we've successfully done this, that's fine, but I would urge you to take a look at the playtest documents. Read it for yourself. See if this does look like the kind of thing that you could have fun with your friends. If you don't decide to back, that's absolutely fine. You're out $1. Thanks.